Hi there, it's Carolynn Santaniello here, and I wanted to share some things that I get a lot of questions about today. So really the biggest question lately I've been getting is, how do I buy a home when I have to sell my home first? So that's your first question for a lot of people. First thing is we want to review whether or not you actually really do need to sell your home first. So the first thing, we would ask some questions around, what you owe. Have you possibly talked to a lender and take a look at if you could afford doing the purchase without selling your home? And the advantage of you being able to purchase a new home without selling your current home is you get to turn it into a rental. And that is an amazing thing for you to create a legacy of wealth for your family. So when we figured out what your cost of ownership is, then we'll create a rental analysis for you to see if it makes sense. If you're going to be getting enough in your return as far as in reference to what your cost basis is, then perhaps that might make a lot of sense for you. Our second question for you would be, can you sell first and then have somewhere to go while you find your replacement home? So that really is the easiest way to go about it when it comes to not having any pressure. But it's the hardest way to go about buying a replacement home, because then you're going to be moving twice, right? So for a lot of people, moving twice is not something that really is going to fit their family's needs. Okay, so our third question would be, do you need the funds to purchase, and are you comfortable pulling out the money first to get your down payment, and instead of selling first, you purchase? So that's something that we would want to look at as well. So the first step in that is to look at possibly would a bridge loan work for you. So a bridge loan is a loan that allows you to basically get two loans at once. So you're purchasing a property, you get your purchase loan, and then you have a bridge loan that's going to be your down payment that's coming from the proceeds of your house. So this can be a great option, but it is rather expensive. So we don't tend to find a lot of buyers want to go that route because of the cost involved. And then the other component in pulling money out and purchasing first would be if you could do a short-term hard money loan. And that would be something that would be 6 to 9 months possibly, and it gives you the freedom to search for your replacement property and pay it off later when you sell your current home. I've done that a lot, and my most recent one was in the last couple of months with my co-listing agent, that we were able to help our buyers purchase their replacement property because they found the perfect one, and they were able to get that short-term money loan very quickly. We were able to close, get their offer accepted and close, and then immediately thereafter we sold their house. So that would be another option for you. Our fourth question would be being a contingent buyer, which means that you would offer on a home with a contingency to sell your home. So a lot of people jump to this first. So when you're talking to your agent, you want to ask all the questions and not just go to this first, because that's the mindset I've noticed with a lot of buyers, that they think that's what they're supposed to do. But that's just one of our options, which is why we're talking about it today. So in a multiple offer situation or a new listing, it's pretty unlikely that the seller is actually going to accept your offer, because if there's multiple offers, you're bringing the contingency of actually selling your home. And if you're not in escrow and you're not about to close, then you're a big risk. So if there is other demand, or if it's a brand new listing, they think there might be, it's probably not going to be an option that you would actually get your offer accepted with. So then our fifth question would be, could you be a contingent seller and a contingent buyer? So if you go that route, you actually have a contingency to sell your home. So what do? We put your house on the market and we negotiate terms that would be best suited for you being a contingent buyer, which includes attaching a seller's replacement property contingency. So that's kind of like insurance for you. So you make sure that you don't have to sell your house if you don't find your replacement property. So you don't have to be homeless. So that is an option that works great for a lot of people. In addition to that, we want to make sure that we negotiate the terms so you can move quickly once you get an offer accepted. Closed one last week, and it worked out seamlessly. We were able to get into escrow right after we got into escrow on their primary house. It worked out beautifully. Once you're in escrow, your buyer is going to have very short contingencies, and then you can confidently make sure that you can close on your replacement home because you've negotiated these great terms. So we do not sell the current home unless you can close on the replacement home. So even though you're in contract and you haven't found another replacement home, that buyer then is going to wait with you. So they're kind of in a relationship. You're going to wait together. And if you don't end up finding a replacement home, then you can cancel or your buyer can extend. That is an insurance policy to make sure you're not going to be homeless. Okay, so that was 5 questions that we're going to ask you when you come to us and say, I want to buy a home, but I have to sell my home first. We want to make sure that we find the best solution for your situation. Thank you so much.